Good afternoon, this is Chris with West Side Technology Solutions. Today, I'm talking about just how important cybersecurity and cyber threats are. Whether you're a business owner, manager, or IT specialist, cybersecurity should be at the top of your priority list. Today, we're going to talk about 8 practical tips to create a secure environment in your digital workspace. The first tip is conducting risk assessments. This is where you identify your critical assets like customer data or intellectual property and figure out where your vulnerabilities are. Do you have unpatched legacy systems? Are passwords being reused? Is there something else? By analyzing these risks, you can prioritize your security efforts and decide what needs to be addressed immediately. Remember, these assessments should be an ongoing process. Tip number 2 is keeping everything up to date. You want to keep everything up to date, including your operating systems, your software, and your hardware. You need to make sure the latest updates and patches are installed as soon as they're available. This very simple step can close security gaps that hackers love to exploit very easily. Also, you can automate this process as much as possible to ensure that you're compliant on all of your devices. The third tip is securing endpoints and mobile devices. This is even more important now that there are a few more remote workers than there were before. Laptops, desktops, smartphones, they're all potential entry points for cyber attackers. You want to do things like using multi-layered defenses like device encryption, endpoint detection and response tools, mobile threat defense. Don't forget to enforce strong authentication measures like MFA to keep unauthorized users out. The fourth tip is implementing access management solutions. You want to have very strict control over who has access to your critical systems and data. You want to use things like identity and access management and privileged access management solutions to manage user permissions. You'd want to limit access to only what's necessary to each person. This principle of least privilege can minimize damage if credentials are ever compromised. Tip number 5 is securing your network perimeter. Tools like firewalls, intrusion detection and prevention systems, and web gateways are very important for monitoring traffic and blocking suspicious activity. Separate your public-facing services from your internal networks using a DMZ, and keep your firewall rules updated. For very important assets, consider micro-segmentation to add another layer of security. Tip number 6, protection against malware. Malware is everywhere. Protecting against it should be a top priority. You want to use anti-malware software across all endpoints and servers and make sure it's kept up to date. Scan downloads, email attachments, and flash drives for malicious code, and educate your employees on the dangers of clicking suspicious links or opening unverified attachments. Tip number 7 is secure your cloud environments. With so many businesses moving to the cloud, securing your cloud environment is becoming more and more important. Use cloud access security brokers to enforce security policies, and always enable MFA for cloud applications. Follow your cloud provider's security guidelines to set up access controls, encryption, and monitor for any suspicious activity. And the final tip, tip number 8, is to train everybody on security awareness. Employees are the first line of defense. Make sure they're aware regularly of the threats of cybersecurity, like password management, recognizing phishing emails, and safe internet usage. Create a culture where employees feel empowered to report security issues without fear of blame. Consider running simulated attacks like phishing drills to test their preparedness. Cybersecurity threats are changing every day, and it really does take collaboration from everybody to stay on top of it. By starting with these 8 tips, you'll be well on your way to creating a secure work environment that protects your business and your clients. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe for more tips on keeping your workplace secure.